And I don't know why, because my phone, which is an Android, it does an amazing job of linking up phone contacts to Facebook profiles, and it links them all. It knows they're all the same person, so that when somebody phones me, it brings up their Facebook picture to tell me who they are, and I can access information. But for some reason, they've just not transferred that to Google Plus.
I think that's Facebook that does that.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure it is.
That's quite impressive.
But obviously they've had to have rights to do that and stuff, so...
Yeah.
But no, Google Plus, it's good. It is good. It's just quiet.
Yeah, that's the main downside. Even though there is several million people on it, it's not the several million people that you know sort of thing.
Exactly. So. You don't have your friends on it yet on the whole. I mean, I have 3 people in my friend circle, I think. Let me check. Yes, 3 people in my friend circle. 1 in family, and the family members never on. 1 in acquaintances, so I never talk to the guy, and 15 people in following. So, but the people in following I don't know, so it's almost like liking a page on Facebook. So,
do you see that image I put up on my Google or on Skype if you don't see it?
Is it on your Google? Where's Stu?
You weren't in the group I posted it on, so if it's not there, then I updated it. But
the graph.
Yeah.
Time to reach 10 million users. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. Although a lot of people are saying Facebook and Twitter have paved the way, so Google's just taking that on its...
Google also launched in the most clever way, really. What they did, I think, was genius for the beta testing, was getting journalists in and people who are famous in first, and they create hype about it. They create people wanting to be there, and people genuinely, I really want to be in Google Plus. Some people still are. So, I've had a couple of people ask me for invites, so...
Yeah.
So, yeah. Google Plus. Now, before we wind this up, guys, is there anything you think's missing? Obviously, it's still in beta, still stuff to be added, but Ian, is there anything you think's missing?
Do you... maybe a better way to share links. I was going it for a second there, I was thinking to share my screen, but I don't really want to share my screen with anyone in a social network.
Well, you can do on MSN or Skype.
Yeah, but I think maybe not quite as far as that, but I wish there was a way to sort of just drag a Reddit link across. Like if we were doing the Hangout thing, I wish I could just move a Reddit link across and it kind of went over a little bit smoother, like the way it does with YouTube.
Yeah.
Like if we had the same sort of space and we could.
So basically, there was a mini browser there, and you could show a page, and it would come up.
Exactly. Yeah, I think
that would be very cool, actually. And it's perfectly doable as well. It's not like it's difficult.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah.
What about yourself, Stu? Is there anything you think's missing?
I don't see anything at the moment. I don't know. I've not used it enough to see what I feel is missing. Mainly just due to the fact that there's not enough people on it for me to use it properly.
I think more problems will arise when more people join it. You'll see more problems come through. One thing I think is really missing, and I know they are working on this, is some sort of like or business page. Like I thought, I can make an account for the podcast, but it doesn't work how I want it. I don't want to have to log into it. I just want it to be there. I want to log into it from my own account and access it that way, like you can do on Facebook. Not have this additional account I've got to log into.
Yeah.
So hopefully that'll change. Google says they are working on something like a like page. They didn't say that, but from what they described. So hopefully that'll come soon. And other than that, it's just so clean and tidy. It feels like the future. And a lot of websites really have a look at what Google's done on everything they have. Everything's been updated recently. It just looks really neat. So that's Google Plus for you. We'll wrap this up. Thanks for listening to Exposure Control Podcast. Hope you enjoyed our little Google Plus special episode. If you're watching on YouTube and you haven't checked out the Exposure Control podcast, don't know where you've been.
There's people that haven't checked out the Exposure Control podcast?
Yes, there's quite a few of them.
Who are those mad people?
Basically, it's on iTunes. It's also on exposure-control.com. Don't forget that dash. If you are listening on the iTunes feed or from the website, why have you checked out the YouTube channel? Check out the YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/ECPodcast. Also, leave us an iTunes.
If you checked out the YouTube channel, why haven't you checked out the website?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What have you been doing all your time?
Jeez. Please rate reviews on iTunes. It'd be fantastic if you leave us a rating and review. We'll put a link in the show notes on the Exposure Control blog. It won't be a proper show notes because there's not so much to explain, but I'll have a link to the video and so on and so forth. However, if you can't find it on the show notes, you can just search EC Podcast on iTunes and you will find us easily. You can follow Exposure Control on Twitter at the EC Podcast. We're going to be recording, it appears up there. You can follow myself, Losman, on Twitter at PaulTwitter. Ian, where can the lovely listeners and now watchers find yourself?
You hopefully find me at GoodDeed89.
And how about you, Stu?
At Stu Lofty.
At Stu Lofty. There you go, guys. Last words of wisdom. Google, please give me business pages and stuff. Thank you. And we're not going to go in tradition of this show because we're going live on YouTube. But please check out our podcast. Ta-ra!